Yo, there we have it, man. Those are some seriously visually beautiful games. And I am joined by the developer of one of these games.
Yo, what's
Introduce
going on,
yourself.
guys? Van Kill here. I'm the developer, creative director of Netcode Warriors, trailer you guys just saw. Very excited to be here at Evo again. I think this place is like one of the reasons I fell in love with fighting games. So it's great to be able to make something and kind of show it off to like the crowd here at Evo. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, really appreciate being here, man.
Yo, man, I appreciate you coming back out and showing off your game again. Like, Netcode Warriors and arena fighters in general,
Yeah,
there's not enough. We don't have enough fighting game representation for arena fighters.
yeah.
Why do you think that is? And what do you think arena fighters bring to the table?
Yeah, so I think like historically, right, arena fighters are kind of like I would say an underdeveloped subgenre of fighting games, primarily because most of the ones that get made are like licensed properties with very short time limits in regards to when the games can release. So they're mostly focusing on the kind of visual appeal of the games and not so much on the mechanical depth of them. And so that has kind of created this like relationship with the FGC where they don't really see them as real fighting games, quote unquote. Um, so I grew up playing a lot of arena fighters. To me, the genre has like the potential, or that subgenre has the potential for like the most interesting movement and like neutral because of like how free the movement is compared to like your traditional 2D fighters and even like your 3D fighters like Tekken, where jumping and sidestepping sharing input. So like the amount of how rapidly you can move into and out of the foreground and background are like it's tech, right? It's not just like regular movement. So I tried to get back into like arena fighters after I started playing competitive fighting games. Just didn't feel the same, and so I tried to answer that question myself. Like I think it all started technically. I made a YouTube video in 2019 called "Why Arena Fighters Don't Show Up at Evo," and like within my research for that video, I kind of was like, I feel like somebody could do it, right? Like I feel like there's something there that somebody could expand on, and kind of had to pull a Thanos. Like, fine, I guess I'll do it myself, right? um, and so, 6 years later, a lot of trial and error. Like, we're solving problems that don't even exist for most like game developers, right? Like in this space, particularly, like if you're making a 2D fighter, 2D fighters have been around for 30, 40 years, right, to some degree. So the kind of problems they're solving are mostly about like mechanical design, making your thing unique. But we've had to like start over multiple times because we went one direction. We're like, oh, this actually just doesn't make sense logistically,
Yeah.
and had to like go in another direction, right? But yeah, we're very happy with the direction we're going in now. It's we're trying to make sure the game is unique, that the characters feel unique. For me, presentation is a big thing. So like making sure the animations are fluid, readable, the character designs are interesting. We were able to partner with some phenomenal artists from different parts of the world. So we were able to get Kenji Watanabe and So Moriyama, who both have worked on the Digimon projects for Bandai, to design a bunch of characters, as well as Ivan Fiorelli, who's an Italian artist who was at one point like the main penciler for the Fantastic Four book at Marvel. So yeah, making sure we get worldwide talent, worldwide animation, like trying to make like the best looking fighting game we can, obviously within our means, making sure that it's really mechanically deep. If someone's walking down an infinite hallway and there's screens, what's the most likely thing that's going to get them to stop and look at your screen for at least 30 seconds? And so to me, like the visual style of it, the stylizations, the cell shading, the animations, like the very anime inspired look for us, I think that was like the easiest direction to get that kind of result. And we're very, very happy with kind of like where it's at right now. Yeah, man. I obviously can't like confirm or deny a release date right now. I will say we're trying to release it sometime next year. It's kind of what we're shooting for. I don't know if we'll do like a beta or anything like that. We're still kind of having those discussions internally in regards to like what's the best way to get like people exposed to the games.
Yeah.
I think coming out to shows like Evo and other shows, that we plan to attend to for now will be the best way to get your hands on it to try it out. But the game is not finished. Like there's still a lot of mechanics we're adding, a lot of features we're adding. We're working very hard on the story mode. There's going to be like a full-fledged like story mode kind of experience. So yeah, there's just a lot to do. And anytime we need to take a break to like go to a show or something, it kind of unfortunately does take a little bit of time away from development time,
Yeah.
right? So for us, it's just like trying to find a good balance of doing stuff like that. But we really want to get it into as many people's hands as possible as soon as possible. I think like a lot of people, like when they try it, they're like, I didn't really get it at first, but I see the vision. And I think that's like the best compliment I can get, right, for it is because, there are a lot of versions of it where we didn't even see the vision. So getting to the version that it is now. I think like even the build we had last year had like stepped animation. You remember, right? We kind of had to step away from that. That was like an expensive decision to make, right? Of like, do we go down this path? But I think going with the more smooth, curved out animations has been like successful for us. And you can multiply that by 20 other decisions we had to make that like went one way or went another way. So yeah, game development is tough. It's really hard, man. But you know, it's very fulfilling. We're very excited to be here. So
Well, we're excited to have you, man. I hope everyone checking out the game really has a good time. I hope you get some great feedback. Thank you for swinging by, talking about it, my man.